Hi cuties, good morning. It is currently about 7 a.m. on Monday, February 10th, and my camera doesn't want to focus on my face. I have to go to work really soon, but it is day one of Contemporaryathon. So I wanted to give a quick overview of what I'm going to read for Contemporaryathon. The challenges. So, challenge number 1 is to read a book with green on the cover. Challenge number 2 is a new author, or new author to you. Number 3 is a diverse book. So, all of my books will be diverse because I'm still fitting it with my theme of reading Black authors. And number 4 is been on your TBR forever. Number 5 is a dark/hard-hitting book. Number 6 is the one with an illustrated cover, and number 7 is beloved by the book community. So a lot of my books overlap. So I have chosen, I've already taken the book out of its little cover because it's in my purse. A Love-Hate Thing by Whitney D. Grandison. So this one is both my new author, it's green on the cover, it is diverse, and has an illustrated cover. So this covers 4 of those challenges, and that's the first physical book we're reading. And then as an audiobook, I'll be listening to The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds, and this one is also the exact same amount of challenges, but it is the audiobook that's going to expire the fastest in my Libby account, so I gotta start with that one. Another audiobook I have is A Princess in Theory, which is the one that's been on my TBR for a long time. That one's by Alyssa Cole, I believe. 2 other audiobooks that I have on hold, and I am hoping that they release soon, because I'll panic if they don't, but that is Monday's Not Coming. And I forgot who wrote Monday's Not Coming. Wait, it's in my TBR. Tiffany D. Jackson is Monday's Not Coming. And also Queenie by Candace Carl Williams. And the last 2 books is Midnight Without a Moon by Linda Williams Jackson. I'm calling this contemporary. It's a little bit historical, but it's not that far back, so I'm calling it that. It covers every single one except number 7, because I haven't heard much about this book. And then the last book I have is Slay by Brittany Morris. This one covers 2, 3, 5, and 7, those challenges. We're gonna go have some breakfast real quick. Sam White has been fed, he's good to go. Then we're gonna go to work, so we'll start off by listening, because I drive. When I drive, I listen to my audiobooks, so we'll start off by listening to Opposite of Always. I started with the 2 biggest books that I own, which might not be a great idea for a readathon, but I only have like 5 days left of it on my Libby app, so gonna have to do it.
I follow her inside to the kitchen. Last night's party remnants, plastic cups, stomped on cheese curls, random wrappers are strewn everywhere.
Hello. So we are home from a long day at work. It is now 6 p.m. I only have 2 more hours, less than 2 hours, because I have to get up at 4 a.m. to go to work tomorrow. I work really early. I have this kind of job where I work really early. While I was at work today, I read 50 some odd pages, 58 pages of A Love-Hate Thing. I am about an hour and a half into Opposite of Always. I was debating like editing video, which I will have to do later, but not gonna happen. I'm just gonna read A Love-Hate Thing for a couple hours, see how far I get, because this is a readathon after all. Power through reading stuff. It is just past 8:30, which means I'm late to go to bed, but I wanted to finish the chapter. We are now 38% through. I am on page 173, and it's good. It's different than what I thought it would be. A lot darker, so this is kind of hitting that, also the hard-hitting genre. It's interesting to see how this will play out, because I mean, the way that this book seemed, it was like, pretty sure they're gonna get together. Right? I hope so. And good news is one of the 2 books I still had on hold showed up, so I have Monday's Not Coming. Still waiting on Queenie though. Problem is, I also have War Girls on here. Here's my Libby app. Due in 13 days. Hopefully I can just quickly renew that. We have A Princess in Theory in here, but also King of Crows audiobook. And I have to read that. I have to. Because I read the rest of the Diviners all on audiobook, so I have to read it on audiobook. I have very sleepy puppies here. You wanna sleepy baby? Oh, it's so sleepy, woosy dog. And sleepy bye bye. Oh, so sleepy. Okay, good night. That concludes day 1 of Contemporaryathon. No books finished yet, but we have a few more days. And my heater just kicked on. Cool, great. Hello everybody. It's Tuesday, day 2. The sun is right in my eyes. Just about 5 o'clock. I am home from both work and tutoring. There's a pie. And we don't work tomorrow, which is very nice. I am now 63% done with Opposite of Always. I've got only about 3.5 hours left of it. So we're gonna try to finish it tonight. And I did not get a chance to really read at work today. I read a little bit. We'll see what we can read tonight for that, but my goal is to at least finish Opposite of Always, read more there. I do have a video, I have several videos that I need to finish editing because I have a huge backlog of videos and trying to figure out a good way to debut some of them. There's a lot. There's 2 videos still from the convention. I have this one I'm currently working on that was like kind of a collaboration with a bunch of other Tumblr users. And I do have to at some point finish editing that. We're gonna listen to Opposite of Always while working on recreating a new TBR jar bag, my bag thing that I've done. I'm just updating it and making it prettier. Okay, here's your baby. There's your dog content for the day. Is this dog? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't done yet. Hopefully the next time that you see me, I will have finished Opposite of Always. There are points in this book where I'm like, I don't like this. Other points where it's like, okay, this is really cute and stuff. It is harder hitting than, I mean, I knew it was going to be because of the premise. The premise is being that this guy meets this girl and she dies, and then he goes back in time and tries to save her again and again and again. I feel like it's gonna be a really sad ending and I don't want it to be. Love-hate thing reading this one, and I do like this. There's a weird point where all of a sudden she's back to being mean to him for no reason, but she acknowledges that there's no reason for her to be angry at him right now. So I don't know. The falling in love thing, I believe, has begun and it's frustrating them. We'll see. I have finished Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. I am left unsatisfied by this book. Despite it having like a full conclusion, I feel like it missed out on the meaningfulness of why Jack was going back in time all those times. Also, I really hate it when we get this time travel aspect and it's not explained why this is happening. I also really hated round 4 when he went back and like literally just ruined everything in his life. Each time he went back, it gives you this different Jack, and I absolutely hated him in round 4. It left me with such disappointment because I had higher expectations for this. Also, his friend Franny, I did not like his character. He had such an anger issue, and I get like he had a shitty life, but dude needed to calm down and let Jack explain when things went wrong and when he screwed up. Like, yeah, he screwed up, but like, dude, take a moment. And I just didn't like that. I also really hated part of round 4, Jillian the other best friend who Jack is supposed to be desperately in love with, but then meets Kate, and Kate's the reason he's going back and trying to save her. It's kind of funny how it starts out the book with Jack like hopelessly in love with Jillian, and then like turns it and he's all into Kate. It seemed weird to establish this unrequited love, but in round 4, this is the version where they get together, and Jillian meets 0 consequences for this, even though she was half of the whole relationship that chose to do this, and yet it was only Jack that was getting crap for it, and I hated that. I hated that they weren't equally treated the same way, because she was responsible too. They spent a lot of time putting the girls up on pedestals, and I'm like, give them some flaws too. Just Kate being sick is not a flaw. Jillian didn't really have any flaws. She was just, everyone loves Jillian. So I'm just kind of dissatisfied with that one. But at least I finished one. We are 1 book down on Contemporaryathon. 10:30 at night. So I probably won't be reading any more of A Love-Hate Thing tonight. But tomorrow we will read that. And who are we gonna start? Probably A Princess in Theory, I think. I guess since A Princess in Theory is due sooner than Monday, we'll start with A Princess in Theory. I'm not done making my TBR. It's quite full. This bag is, I might have to switch bags. I'm at the end of the ends in my list of all the ones that I need to make. I think I will just go to bed now though. It's been a long day. I've been up since 4 a.m. I would like to have a longer day tomorrow, filled with time for reading, also video editing, because I do need to do that really badly. That was my day 2 of Contemporaryathon, where I finished the book. Only 6 more to go. Hello. Hello. Thank you. Good morning. It is almost 9 a.m. As you can see, I have showered. It's been a slow going morning. Starting off the day with continuing A Love-Hate Thing. That's where I'm at with it. I'm going to read for an hour, and then we do have some errands to run. So we do have to go to get groceries. We do have to walk up puppies, but it's really cold right now. So, and not good for puppies yet. Are you gonna sneeze again? Oh, good yawn. See, we're so sleepies. So we're not gonna go for a walk yet. No, we're not doing that yet. We're gonna wait because it's got to get warmer. No, it has to get warmer for us to go. As we do other stuff, we're gonna do some cleaning. I will start listening to A Princess in Theory as my 3rd book in Contemporaryathon, and hopefully we can definitely finish A Love-Hate Thing today, and then start, I haven't decided which one yet, either Midnight Without a Moon or Slay. We don't have a whole lot of time, even though it's my day off, but I have to go to bed early because I work so early in the morning, which kind of makes it feel like it's not a day off for me, because I have to be asleep by like 8:30 in order to wake up by like 4 in the morning for work. You see my issue? Let's just read. Let's read for an hour, and then at 10 o'clock we'll start doing some other stuff. We'll see if it gets a little warmer. It's pretty freaking cold. We had a lot of snow recently, and the temperatures are dropping. Now 10 o'clock, and I am on page 282, 62% done. I think it's time for dogs. It might be time for dogs to go. If I get dressed, I get some shoes on and a jacket. Do you want to go? Should we go for a walk? Okay, start listening to A Princess in Theory. We'll be back. All right, we are back from our walk. My cheeks were a little red. I started listening to A Princess in Theory, and I'm already loving it because, like, it feels like it might be a little bit of kind of Coming to America, if you've ever seen that movie. The main character is a grad student and keeps getting these emails from, you know, a Nigerian prince. And it's like, scam! I can see how fun this book is going to be already. I'm only like 20 minutes in. But we're gonna go to the store. I'm gonna keep listening, even while I'm at the store. We're gonna buy some groceries. We're gonna make the ziti tonight. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back, and I might do a little bit of video editing because I do need to get this video done. I realized the last queued video I had just went up today, and that was my January book haul, so now I have nothing queued. Do that for a bit, and we'll go back to reading A Love-Hate Thing. We have to clean. Because someone brought in their hedgehog and destroyed something here. Can anyone tell me who did that? Who did that, Luce? Who brought in their hedgehog and destroyed it? Huh? Was it you? Because it wasn't this one. This is a good one. She doesn't destroy toys. This one, however. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Safe. Hello again. It is about almost 1 o'clock. We have done the groceries and we have had lunch. Throughout that, I have been listening to A Princess in Theory. I am 19% done, a little over 2 hours in. I am listening it at 1.5 speed. So, and I'm loving it. It's so freaking cute, and it is exactly, it's very Coming to America. It's just so funny. It's so cute and funny. I really like the fact that our main prince, who comes to America and fakes being a waiter to get close to the girl that he thinks is his betrothed. I do love that putting him in that place, immediately he's like, oh, maybe I'm treating my servants the wrong way. Maybe I need to fix it. And he does that on his own. It's not like through the influence of the girl. So his journey into becoming like a better guy has started on his own, and I appreciate that a lot, because I don't like it when it's like the girl has to save the man and show him the way and vice versa. I like that they're both very much individuals with their own little flaws and stuff. We're gonna read A Love-Hate Thing some more, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of editing. I will be cleaning a bit because I've been washing my sheets and stuff, and I'll listen to more Princess in Theory during that time. But for now, we're gonna focus again on A Love-Hate Thing. Hello again. I am now about 75% through. I'm on page 328 of A Love-Hate Thing. I'm gonna take a break. It is like 2:17 p.m. I did have to stop for a bit to make some of my bed, as there is a pie sleeping on it right now. There's a pie. Good morning. What you doing? Pie. I see you. I'm gonna take a little break and do a little editing, because the video I'm editing has a lot of editing it needs to do, because there's a lot of things popping up on the screen because it's a game and I'm getting texts. Get some video editing done. I think I'll go until 3, and then we'll see where we're at. Maybe I can read more of a look, because I do want to finish this book today. I do like how flawed these characters are, in a good way, not in a I want to kill them all way. They've got believable flaws. That's what I like about it. Loving the current 2 books I'm reading. Definitely. I managed in 30-ish minutes, 35, 40 minutes, I forget what time I started that. I only was able to edit a couple of minutes of video. It takes a long time to edit video, especially when you're doing something like as extensive as all of this and making all those little X's pop up on time. 15 minutes more of video to edit. So if you're ever wondering why it takes me a long time to put out videos, that's why. Because I do a lot of work. But you can see how many little clips there are. And the reason for all these little cuts and stuff is right over here. For the reason for that. Also because it's kind of my style. But that screechiness happens. And I have to re-say things that I say naturally. And then I have to re-say them. And they come out a little unnatural the second time around, I think. I don't know. But you, sir, you are the cause. Sometimes that is the cause, too. Sometimes you are when you bark and the mail's here, or if a leaf blows by the house. And sometimes a pipe has fallen. It could be. It's nearly 6 o'clock. It's about 10 to 6. I have finished making dinner. We have eaten dinner. I am also now 41% in to A Princess in Theory. This is really good. It's a little bit more raunchy than than my ace heart appreciates, but the story itself is good enough that I can be like, you know what? Some people like reading more of the raunchier side of romance, and we're gonna let that go. But it is very cute, and I know things are about to hit the fan with this, so we're gonna stop for tonight. But I am thoroughly enjoying it. We are now going to finish A Love Hate Thing. I'm gonna finish it. I've only got like 70-ish pages left, so we can do that, right? You think I can finish a book? Okay, good. We have finished A Love Hate Thing. This was really good. What an ending. Shit. Ooh, I'm still kind of reeling from all that. I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I say 5 stars. Sometimes the attitude, I mean, they're teenagers, very believable teenagers with their angst, but they were very real. They were realistically flawed characters. I definitely enjoyed this a lot. I'm probably giving at least 4.5. The question of a 5-star for me is how often would I go back to this? And I think there are parts of this that I would go back. I really feel like Nandy didn't get as much page time as Trice did. I would have liked a little bit more of her, but I feel like Trice really took up the story, which he had a much bigger arc, had a lot more going on in his head that required more pages because it is a dual POV. I like this a lot. I kind of wish there had been more with Nandy reading his story, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. It's very good. It took me a bit to kind of latch on to the characters, but I did. 2 books in Contemporaryathon. Good night, everybody. Hello, everybody. My goodness. It is day 4 of Contemporaryathon. I am like 65% done now with A Princess in Theory. I'm hoping to finish that today. And I started Midnight Without a Moon, but we are gonna do some video editing. We really need to get that done, so that's really my priority right now. And then we'll do some cleaning, maybe clean a birdcage. Might do it tomorrow though, depending on what we get, but I can do that all while you're listening to A Princess in Theory. So I have about 4 hours left. Listening to it at a 1.5 speed, so less than 4 hours. It is very good. We got to the big point where it's like the truth is revealed and the drama begins, and we're out of that honeymoon phase. I like it a lot. I will say one criticism: I could do without the word finger bang so much. Could do without that word. Hi again. I just wanted it to be known that I have been sitting here for the past few hours. I've gotten up occasionally. It is now nearly 7 p.m. and I have edited 2 minutes. I got distracted very easily by the internet. Alright, if Jenna Marbles posts a new dog video, I'm gonna watch it. I'm also going to get sucked into Tumblr and drama on Facebook, and I can't help who I am. I'm also very tired, but Mom and I are gonna go watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I hope you guys like this video. I'm putting a lot of work into it. I just wanted to tell you all that I suck. It's 9:19 p.m. I am so tired, but I've mostly finished editing. I did realize I need to make my bingo boards to put in this video for both of my whips. I've only made one and I kind of want to remake it anyway. So I will do that tomorrow. I'm so sleepy. So today was not a good reading day for me, but tomorrow I hope both to finish A Princess in Theory. I kind of am sad that I did not get to finish reading that today. And then I hope to finish reading Midnight Without a Moon, even though I've really just started it. But it is a fast read. It is middle grade, so it's faster to get through. I'm so tired though. I am just gonna go crash. If we go to bed now, we'll probably wake up early and then have more time in the day to get stuff done. That's the theory. There's no guarantee I wake up on time. Only a few more days left of Contemporaryathon. Yikes. I don't think I've ever actually completed 7 books for any marathon, like one day for each book. I don't think I've done that, and I don't anticipate it because Queenie has yet to drop in my Libby app, so I have a feeling that is one I won't be able to get to during this readathon, but you never know. Good morning. Do you want to go eat? Come on, let's go eat. Papa doesn't want to get up. I've been trying to get her up from this position for a good 15 minutes right now, and she does not want to get up. She's a lazy dog. Hey, let's go. Do you want to eat? Do you want to get bacon? Do you want to go? Let's go. Come on. Let's get Papaya. Honey. You just want to snuggle. We just want to be here. Honey. My silly girl. Honey. Do you want to go eat? Should we get up? Where's your sister? I'm going to take my hand away. Clingy. Do you want to go eat? Let's get up. Let's go. Come on. Do you want to eat? Should we go outside? Yeah? You gonna go? No? Let's go. Oh, big yawns. You ready to go? Let's go. Come on. Come on. Bye-bye. Oh, this is my life in the morning. This one does not ever want to get out of bed. Not that I blame her, but we got stuff to do. All right, you want to eat? Okay. Hello, everybody. I have now showered. We have started laundry. I have dogs here. Here is one dog. Here is second dog. There is third dog. We're gonna continue Princess in Theory. We're gonna listen to that while we make the bingo boards and export and everything. Then we're gonna clean the third dog's, this dog's cage. Needs to be cleaned today. Yeah, you ready to be cleaned? Do you want to take a bath? You do? Are you a stinky bird? No, I'm not a stinky bird. But your cage is. Yeah. So we'll do that all while listening to a Princess in Theory. Let's make a bingo board or two. We are exporting. It is like 19 minutes long. But we did it. We did it. And now we're gonna maybe sort of kinda take the puppers on a walk. Do you wanna go for a walk? Lucy heard that all the way upstairs. Did you hear something? Did you hear about something? Yeah, you did. Hello, I have officially finished reading A Princess in Theory. It was very fun. It's very much adult romance in that there are some steamy parts. I did really appreciate that there was an actual plot and an actual, like, bigger problem than just, do I love him, do I not love him kind of a thing. I do think it ended too abruptly because I wanted to see more of a conclusion with their relationship. However, there are more books in this series. Granted, they're featuring other characters, so they're all a bunch of companion novels basically, which I do want to read because I like her writing style, minus the overuse of the word finger bang. Like 3 times she says it. And I just am like, we can find another word. Overall, I think I'm gonna give it 3.5. Overall, thoroughly enjoyed reading it. Probably will pick up an actual physical copy of it at some point. But I did very much enjoy it. So now, we have to clean a birdcage. We have to finish laundry. So I will start a new book. I'm gonna start on Monday's Not Coming. Still waiting on Queenie. Still waiting. We have cleaned, we have put away the laundry. My birdcage is nice and clean. There's a Pi-Pi all the way in the bed. Just sleeping the day away because she's a loafer. Doesn't do anything. What do you even do? Get a job. Now it's time for me to read a book. We're gonna get something to drink and then we're gonna read a book. Do you want me to read you the book? You do? Okay, I'll read you a story. Wait. I hope you guys don't get tired of this because this is like my world right here. This is all I care about. And her sister. Sometimes the third dog. Look at you. We just saw a photo of her from 4 years ago. She did not have all the discs right here 4 years ago. You are not such a chunker. What happened? Okay, maybe we'll delay reading for a second because we have to do this. It is 4:48. I just took a little, like, brain break. We are halfway done with Midnight Without a Moon. It's good. It's important. For me, it's just, like, not my style that I like to read very much. It's definitely like got that contemporary feel, but it's historical as well because it's set in 1955. My only problem is I'm not a fan of writing accents. It's something that even in Harry Potter bothered me with how Hagrid was written. That's how a lot of characters are here because all of them they're in Mississippi. Her grandmother speaks with a very thick accent, but it's written that way, and so sometimes I'm like, what did she say? And like the main character Rose gets a letter from her mom, who is awful, by the way. Her mom, who up and left her and went to Chicago with the other children that are not hers. She left her actual kids behind in Mississippi. Awful mom. Yeah, she gets this letter and her mom doesn't know how to write, so you see the letter written in that way as she's reading it, and I'm like, what is this word? And it looked like the word pline, and it wasn't until Rose read it aloud to her family that it was the word plenty. And so it's little things like that that just kind of make this a little harder to read, and even though this is a middle grade book, it's like kind of difficult, and that's just my own kind of personal preference of when I'm reading a book. It's a disconnect for me. It's not bad. I mean, it's a very important story. All these black men who are being killed for registering to vote. It's a complicated family. I feel sorry for Rose because she doesn't really have anyone who's on the same page as her. And I get annoyed by that. She has zero support. Even her best friend, Hallelujah. He's like nice to her and stuff. Not on the quite the same level. Also because I have a crush on the girl Queen, who I think is her cousin. Cannot stand Queen either. So there's just a lot of characters that I'm not a fan of. So it makes this book even harder. But like I said, it has a very important story to it. Back to reading. I'll probably take a break to eat dinner at some point. Oh, there's not much time in the day, and now I'm sleepy. I'll go to bed. Gotta read, gotta read, gotta read, read. What do you want? What? What's going on? Do you need something? Oh, you're a silhouette. Look at that. Did you want to say something? Okay, that was good. We've been sitting here like this for a few minutes. Ah! I just got brave enough to turn the camera on. But I don't know if you saw him. But he'd been sitting there for a bit. We were doing snuggle time. His foot cramped up and he actually like fell. Which happens occasionally for him and it kind of makes me worried. But I've talked to my vet about it before and they're like, sometimes they get cramps. That wasn't bad though. I pet you for, gosh, that was a solid 10 minutes that I had him on me. That's the longest I've ever had him on me. We're getting there. You liked being pet. You liked the scritchies. I know you did because you made happy noises. I just didn't get him on camera because I was scared to move. If I moved, he was going to fly. And I was right. It's 7:30. And we have finished Midnight Without a Moon. Sorry, the actual dust jacket's over there. This is one where actually I found a quote that I actually was like, I should write it down because it's a really good quote. And actually it got repeated at the very end. So I'm glad. I was like, I knew that was a good quote. And the quote is, dreams have more meaning when you have to fight for them. And I thought that was really good and inspiring. Same thoughts as I've already stated. Did that thing again with the accents, but this wasn't an accent even, and it did not have to write this way. One of the characters gets punched really hard and bites their tongue, and then as they try to talk, they put all their S's as TH, but she did it with V's too, and like, you don't need your tongue for V, you don't need it. With the S, you do need your tongue. So it didn't make sense. She was like, I gave you some thought. You'd still say I gave you thought, because you don't need your tongue for that. Sorry, that's just a linguistic thing. Just something with phonology that I'm like, nope, that's not how that would work. It's a good book. There is a sequel to it. It leaves you at a sequel point. I don't own the sequel though, so, and there's no audiobook for the sequel either, so we'll see when I actually get to that. I do wish there had been like a note or something at the end, because the truth of Emmett Till is that he was accused of whistling at a white woman, and he didn't even do that. That white woman confessed to say that she made it up. And I wish there was a note in here for that, so that, or like some kind of historical fact, because this is a work of fiction, but it's historical fiction, so it has truth in there. But I think it would be important, especially if this is a middle grade for, you know, middle grade readers, to know the truth behind the story of, or the actual truth of Emmett Till and what went down and why it's even worse than you think. Because, I mean, he didn't deserve any of that. But otherwise, yeah, this is it's a good book. For me, it's just going to be 3 stars because of my little pet peeviness on certain writing aspects of it. And I only, like, cared about one character. I mean, I get the characters and I get why a lot of them are cruel like that, especially with Ma Pearl. Like, I just hated Ma Pearl so much, but I get it because of the generation she lived in with everything. So I get that. Still don't like her. That's what I say. So we did it. I now have 45 minutes left of my night. I'm gonna spend it editing. Cool. Thanks. Hi everybody. It is day 6 of Contemporaryathon. Big pushes today. I stayed late at work, which kind of sucked, but it's cool because overtime's approved. I just got my book outlet box because I can't stop. But this was from a bit ago as well. So yeah, I got a lot of these for free because I had a bunch of points saved up and stuff. So that was pretty dope. So we're gonna read. I started reading Slay, which this book here, the underside, the actual hardcover of it is really cool as well, and I'll show you guys that later. And I am about 4 hours into Monday's Not Coming. It's definitely emotional, and it's hitting me hard. Still no sign of Queenie, so I might only get 6 books done. If I do get both these done, I'm planning on just sitting and reading Slay for the next few hours. What are you doing? Nothing? Sitting on your cat pillow? That I got in Japan and you claimed as soon as I came home? Yeah? Is that what you're doing? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm so tired though. I would like to go to bed, but we're not going to. We're going to read. Hello all. I am getting marathoned out. I cannot focus on reading. I am on like page 76. I'm on only chapter 4 right now of Slay. It's a good book and I like it. My brain does not want to read. So we're taking a break. It is 6 o'clock. That's how little I've been getting very, very distracted in my own thoughts. I have a lot going on in the next couple of weeks and my brain will not stop thinking about it. So we are gonna take a break. I'm gonna edit some video and then we'll go back to reading. Hello again. It is now 8:37 p.m. I've done a rough edit of the book. I also got distracted because I've been doing battle editing. Eva Writes and Very Bad Books. We've been editing this little short. It's not even, I don't know if it's even qualifies as a short story. It's 500 word story for a little competition that Very Bad Books is doing, and Eva and I have been battle editing it, basically. So I've been distracted with that. I do need to get back to reading, but I am extremely sleepy now. Stop yawning. What do you think? What are you doing? You being a boy? You being a boy? Yes, you are, weirdo. Hello. 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 Uh-huh. 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 Kiss, kiss. Good boy. Not really. I'm gonna go back to reading, or trying to. Alright, so I'm really tired, but I'm on page 118 of Slay. I am a third of the way done. I am now doubting my ability to finish these 2 books by tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm really sleepy now, so I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. Good morning, everybody. It is the last day of Contemporaryathon. I don't actually anticipate finishing both books today, which sucks, which means I really should have focused on reading yesterday and finishing Slay yesterday. But as you can tell, I am not feeling great by the sound of my voice. Considered calling out, but I can't do that. So we're going into work. I work a very long shift today, and then I only have like 2 hours tonight when I get home, so not a whole lot of time to get stuff done, but we'll see which one I finish. I'm not feeling good. I woke up and I'm just like, my head wants to explode. Hello everyone. I've been home from work for a bit. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm very tired. I'm very sick. I did finish listening to Monday's Not Coming. Even though I knew about the twist, it still hit me real hard, and there was even a bigger kind of twist about what happened to Monday. They didn't really explain why Claudia had this thing happen to her. I don't want to spoil it because it's a big spoiler, and I think everybody should read this book. It explores a lot of themes and a lot of triggering topics. So just FYI, there are some triggering topics in it, dealing with domestic violence, child abuse, possible sexual assault, homophobia, racism. It deals with a lot of really hard-hitting topics. There were a lot of times in the book that I just got so frustrated because I felt her frustration. I felt Claudia's frustration and, you know, trying to figure out where her friend is and why no one is really helping or giving her answers. It's intense. I did cry a little bit. So it's 9. I think I'm just gonna go to bed. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish Slay. This Contemporaryathon is basically done. I think I will continue filming just so that I can give you the full review of Slay for the Contemporaryathon. I am over halfway done now. From what I read at work, I am on page 178 in chapter 10. It's very good, so I don't want to end Contemporaryathon vlog on this low note of me being sick. Tomorrow, I will end this vlog. Hello. So, it's definitely not still Contemporaryathon, but I have finally finished reading Slay. I literally just finished, and I'm glad that it actually took me a little longer to finish it. I just dropped it. Oh my god. I'm glad I did take a bit longer because this is a book that you need to digest. I don't think it's a good book to be like, read it all the way straight through because there's so much to unpack from it. It's a kind of a love letter to Black culture, Black excellence, Black girl magic. That's the theme in it, and I really liked this. I loved how it goes between a few different POVs. There's one consistent, which is our main character, Kira, and then every other chapter or so often there's a different person who also plays the game, and you don't really quite realize how they're all tied in. Like, you see Cicada a few times, and she's the only other POV that's more than once, basically, besides Kira. But you'll see these other characters and you're like, why are we seeing this POV? I mean, they're all tied into Slay in some way. It wasn't until the very end that you understood certain ones, and I really liked that kind of perspective. It put a shift into how we're seeing it all, and into the whole, what's the word? I'm so sick still. I'm trying to think of the word. The dialogue of the game, and how different people see this game. And I did love that there was a good twist. I kind of was expecting it. I didn't expect it for the longest time, but there is a twist as to who this Dread character is, and it's a good twist in that it doesn't have to be a big shock, because it's like, as you're reading it, you're kind of like, oh, is it this person or is it this person? And you start to kind of be like, I bet it's gonna be this person. And even when it is, it's not like, oh my god, I can't believe it. It's like, I knew it, and that's a good way to do this story. Because there are a lot of early warning signs in the beginning of the book that you don't process until the end and stuff. There are several points where there's all these different characters that you kind of want to punch in the face. Like, sometimes I really wanted to punch Steph in the face, even though we share the same name. She's an exhausting character. Like, she's a good character, and she's right most of the time, but she's exhausting, because I have these types of people in my life, and they are exhausting 24/7 to just be on, like, feminist rhetoric. Rhetoric? Did I say that right? I'm sorry, I'm still so sick. Like, her character is 99% feminist rhetoric, and that can be super exhausting, which is why you relate to Kiara so much, because she keeps this world to herself and wants to keep it in this kind of bubble where, so her sister, she doesn't want to tell her sister because of this, because she knows her sister's going to overanalyze. She doesn't want to tell her parents because they're going to think this about it. Doesn't tell her boyfriend, doesn't tell her friends, because of all these different things. And you see this struggle in her mind, and that's what really makes you root for her. And that's why the twist is really good. Because this game that she has created is on the news, I do wish there was a little bit more resolution with that in the end, because it does, some of the conflict gets resolved pretty quickly, and realistically that's not how I would see it. Overall, very good read. definitely one to take your time through so that you can process, especially as a white person reading this book and learning a lot of these new things, because I mean, there's not a lot of black culture that's taught in schools. There definitely wasn't when I was in school, and it gives you a little bit more background and makes you, especially as a non-black person reading the book, makes you understand more about black culture, about how racism is still going in this country, and the different nuances of it. So it's informative while still being a very entertaining narrative. That's what I'm trying to say. Definitely enjoyed that. Woo! This is my I've read all these books pile. This is all the physical ones I got left for the month. Woo! So for Contemporaryathon, I finished 5.5 books. Queenie is still not in my Libby app, which is sad, but I will read it once it drops anyway. It just won't be part of the marathon. If you guys liked this video, feel free to go to my Ko-fi page, which is link in the description, and feel free to buy me a hot chocolate, because now I can change it to hot chocolate instead of coffee, because I don't like coffee. I also have commissions open now, so you can check out the kind of things you can commish me to do. That was bad. I'll never do that again. Give me a free pass. I'm sick. And as usual, you guys can reach me down in the comments below, or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. Did you guys participate in Contemporaryathon? If you did, what did you read, or what have you just read lately? Put them down below. I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye.